In life, there are rare fleeting moments, ones which subtly change your life and leave you a slightly different person afterwards. It might be watching the sunset, or it could be seeing your child come into this world and realizing you're now responsible for another human life. In my case, it was as simple as 2 YouTube channels. I was stuck in India during the pandemic. Why? Well, because I had decided to do a yoga course. It got cancelled, and so I ended up getting stuck there. But the idea was that I was going to be able to not only learn yoga, but be able to teach it as well. So I'd have a certified qualification from the Indian government that would say that I would be able to teach. That, it didn't end up happening because of the lockdown and the strict regulations that came into effect in India. I continued to revise the course syllabus, whether it was the yoga history or the yoga positions and the practical aspects, or if it was the language and understanding how the words were put together and their translation into English. It was on my breaks that I throw myself into YouTube videos between all the revision, trying to figure out different ways to study so that I could wrap my head around all of these yoga asanas, positions, and all the different words and different techniques of memorization. And that was where I came across Ali Abdaal's channel in search of productivity videos and memorization videos, diving deeper and deeper into this YouTube channel. And it was him lying on a bed. I'm not sure if the video's still up. I think he's abroad and he's got his phone and he's taking this video of filming himself basically stating what he wants to do with his channel. It wasn't a high production value thing. It was probably closer to an Instagram story that you might send to a friend or a Snapchat. But the point was that it was a start. It was a couple of days after that I came across a new video of his called How Much I Earn in a Week as a YouTuber and Doctor. To say I was intrigued would be an understatement. I was ecstatic that he was going to openly explain his finances. I'll let you watch the video and I'll link it in the description below. You can come up with your own thoughts on it. But for me, it was more than just a video explaining finances. It was one of those points in life where I realized that being a YouTuber wasn't just a pipe dream. It wasn't just this thing for entertainers. It was actually quite accessible. You've got an individual here that is a part-time doctor, part-time YouTuber, and with a job as strenuous and taxing as being a part-time doctor, he was able to build a channel to what is over 1 million subscribers now. And I thought that was just phenomenal. When you look at Ali, you might just see a part-time doctor and YouTuber, but I see a young man that's actually doing what he enjoys, and he's found a way to monetize it. With about a week's worth of deliberating, I finally decided to start on my online creator journey. I decided to go down the path of writing articles first on Medium, which I'll link in the description below, and do that until I felt comfortable being able to write high quality pieces in a short amount of time, where then I would translate over to YouTube to be able to write scripts. Now, building an online presence for oneself doesn't come overnight, right? It takes time, it takes, smart work, being able to understand the algorithms and how the internet works. And I would feel that I wasn't productive enough. I wasn't being able to write quick enough in the initial stages. Well, it was actually the first month. For a spot of context, I hadn't written creatively in the way that I do since about year 11, which was, I'm 23 now. So that's about 6 years. And I don't know why I was putting all this pressure on myself, but I did, and ultimately it just led me to an inevitable burnout. And it was during that period of not really sure if I was falling in love with this, I came across my second YouTube channel that changed my life. Well, 2 in 1 month, it's just phenomenal. The things that change your life usually come at the times you least expect it. The people feeling behind in life was the video that introduced me to the man that is Nathaniel Drew, the individual that's seeking mental clarity through living his life like a series of experiments. To explain the way that he goes about his YouTube would be difficult because it's not this fast-paced piece of content or pieces of content we're used to in the kind of the YouTube landscape that we live in today. Rather, they're more slow, thought-provoking pieces that tap into our inner feelings that we purposefully subdue. His work, his life, his thoughts, they were so emotional and so raw for me that it actually reduced me to tears on the first run. And the first time I watched the video. Why? Because it was a mirror. I was looking in a mirror at myself, and this guy had the ability to put into words what I was feeling. And that was what was important, because it allowed me to be okay in myself, to say that, the feelings and the thoughts that I'm having are completely normal. I could see someone that was going through it. and that I can now start on my path of finding my respective mental clarity. Combine these two channels together, you've got two guys in their 20s that are doing the things that they seemingly love, that is also enabling them to live the lifestyles that they have. And it gave me hope that I'm not entering into this oversaturated market of YouTube, that, you know, oh, it's all washed out now, you know, you can't get any traction, you can't build an online presence. It gave me hope. And for that, I want to say to Ali, Abdaal, and Nathaniel Drew, I just want to say thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe. You know, it gets the algorithm going and it allows me to build my online presence that I'm trying to do. If you haven't seen any of Ali's and Nathaniel's videos, I'll link them in the description below. As usual, I'll catch you in the next one.